Jesse C, you are my Latino brother, my Afro Mestizo Mexican American brother. And I will explain why I say Afro Mestizo. So let me go ahead and close the comments. I don't feel like nobody's distracting me. Yes, right now we're flooded here in Houston. I'm not in my apartment though, but the streets are flooded. And I feel safe and sound, and I'm doing good and a good spirit. Today is Sunday, and the Lord has blessed me. In my Catholic Christian faith, exactly. I don't feel no baby, no fear. I prayed already, so I'm good. I'm good. I'm so alone and alone, and I love it. Okay, point is, let's get to the subject. So on my birthday, 2 Fridays ago, I just saw it this morning. Um, this Latino man, he's Mexican American descent, named Jesse Castellenos. Castellanos. He go by Jesse C. Just subscribe to his YouTube, but on Facebook, he has his own Facebook page, and he was very upset that this Pocho, who Latino man who's Mexican American descent, who said that he's not a crybaby bitch, and over the started cussing on Sunday. That's what he said. I'm not offended. I'm not a crybaby bitch. Comment with the Confederate flag. And Jesse C went on a rampage. He knocked and trashed his Pocho down. He trashed this vendido Pocho coon, malachista, quiere ser blanco, puro blanco para mujer, is it Moneda Raza, coon, you know what I'm saying? You want to be white, the better his rights, okay? Yeah, that's what this idea comes from, okay? Mejero de raza, to better or improve the race by marrying a white person and not making your children look more indigenous or African, okay? And I'll read why I mention African because a lot of people, especially, and I'm not Mexican, I'm mixed with Spanish Creole, but I do a lot of research on multiracial mixture because I'm mixed up myself. Most African Americans are not pure black, and I advocate that truth on my channel, okay? If those who know me, but those who come to my channel do not know, my background is African American, French, Spanish, Creole. Yes, I found it last year. Real in the family tree. Okay, my fourth grandfather on my mama's side of the family was a Real, and they changed it to Riles. But on the census, he's pretty for Louisiana. If you know, the 1700s, Spain took over Louisiana, and then the French came in and took it over from them, especially from Canada. Okay, so English, Irish, and Native American, or Native American was the first mixture. And yes, I do have Native American roots. Okay. So both my mom and dad's side, okay? So that's my background. I've been traced my roots since the movie Halle Berry, my other mixed Leo sister, Halle Berry, who played in Queen back in 1993 in February doing Black History Month. And I said, just like Alex Haley, because Queen was his paternal grandmother, who was black and white and Cherokee, because the mother who was sleeping with the slave master by choice, she was his mistress. The Jasmine guy played in that movie, she's quoted, she's black and Cherokee, okay? So the white slave master, okay? So in the video, Jesse C roasted this Latino guy who was defending the Nazi thugs, and so he's not offended. But I have to react to Jesse C's video. Yes, Mexican Americans were lynched in Texas. The Texas Rangers, which is that what's the name worked for, the one who was that had what's the name killed Sandra Bland, Brian Encina, need to know his history. One thing, the reason why there's Latinos and African people acting a fool amongst each other because a lack of education. And public education in Texas is for Anglo-American people, white Anglo Protestant white people. That's what you're gonna learn in school. Unlike me, they didn't go to the library, did not go on the internet, go talk to people who do research, didn't read articles in newspapers that show it had factual stuff that backed it up, that the stuff I'm talking about, even by books that are factual and tell the truth about history. So that's why you have this Pocho who defending history. He did not know the Klan used to wait right there by the border of Mexico and Texas, just like the Minutemen. And when a Mexican immigrant crossed, they were used to lynch. During the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo, they allowed Latinos to be classified as white. They also was killing and lynching Mexican Americans, even in Arizona, even in California. And a lot of people don't know. The difference is because as this Latino man at UTEP, University of El Paso, University of Texas El Paso. Back in February, they had a thing about blacks in Mexico, and and even the Mexican guy that was in the classroom said, "For real, they had a second president, Afro, that was black and Spanish native." Was in the girl, yes. And I'm glad that Latino man and the light skinned brother of the African American study, who almost like all right white man who works at UTEP back in 2006, was educating Cocoa black and brown people in that classroom. Okay, I'm so happy. You know, I came there late and see the folks did not know, and we did not know. I did not know this. That the Texas Rangers used to wait at the border. If you was going to go visit your family, let's say you are an American citizen and you got family in Juarez, okay? You coming back to the border, you had to be disinfected because they said lice in your hair. I always hear the stereotypes about Mexicans having lice in their hair. That comes from white people making that statement. White race people. And a white person in Texas, who's one of the politicians, I don't think he was a governor. He worked for the state of Texas. He said, you were coming to my house, you had to come to my house clean. And if the idea was that you were coming to Texas and you're Mexican, coming from the United States, coming to from Juarez or any part of Mexico, you had to get clean. That means you strip naked, have disinfectant in your hair, disinfectant, and you used to put bleach and all. Yes, okay. This is one thing I did not know this. And it's funny. No, not what happens funny. It's funny you have Mexican Americans who say, I'm proud of being Mexican, but they want to act like white supremacists, do not know their history. A lot of Mexican Americans, the Barceros, if you own, even Evelyn Longoria, when she was on Find Your Roots, and they were talking about her family, and they found out she had African DNA, which I already knew, doing the DNA test. She mentioned in South Texas, the Texans used to harass the Barceros, the ranchers, the Latino ranchers in Texas, and that's why they used to be very fearful. So to Brian Encina, who was harassing Sandra Bland, working for 10 years, you need to know your damn history, okay? So a lot of people, a lot of Mexican Americans, when they classified them, remember the reason why Mexican and other Latinos, because the Menendez family was Mexican. Sylvia Mendez, her mother's from Puerto Rico and her dad was Mexican American, and they fought with other Mexican Americans in California. Westminster versus Mendez case back in 1930s that allowed Latinos to go to white schools. Okay, because I remember my grandmother and grandfather who were born on my dad's side were born in the 30s, and they said, I don't know how the Mexicans go to white school. They would, you know what I'm saying, in during segregation in Texas, a lot of the Mexican Americans would sit on the white side. If you go backtrack my video when I was bashing George Lopez, which was Afro mestizo and Asian according to DNA test, I'm glad about my Nubian Latino Irish Queen sister Mariah Carey his DNA test on his show, and I wasn't shocked that he was black. Part black. You gotta understand that during that time, when they classified Latinos as white, a lot of Latinos start to pick up the ideas of white supremacy from white racist people. At the same time, got treated like trash. As when a black African American person was around, that's when they wanted to play that role. But then when the African American person was gone, here come white folks calling you the W word, the SPIC word, and like they did Slim's father, they was trying to play Italian because Dinos means boys in Italian, not in Spanish. Okay, so he was in those Dinos back in the day, Abraham's dad, you know, AB's and them father, Slim the father. In that movie, they had to play Italian. They didn't want to play Mexican because they knew Mexicans were not pure white. And when that white man said, whites only, you got Mexicans coming here, we don't want, I thought they were Italian. And when they get here, here's a paycheck. You were not accepting in here, okay? That's exactly it was. You had Latinos trying to say they were Spaniard, you know. And I remember watching the movie, documentary of Chicano, about Chicano on civil rights, because they was one Mexican man who's darker was saying that I used to hate being Mexican. See, a lot of these people hate being Mexican their own selves, and they'll go to other African American people and say, I'm proud, but their idea do not want to be Mexican. They would like to be the white Anglo-Saxon, okay? And that's why this dude is acting that way. He's trying to buddy up with his white homeboys, and but the white homeboys are going around, and I know this because I see this a lot of the time. As soon as they leave the room, they start telling me about, oh, I hate them way, remember language, I hate them way bad. They could go back to Mexico. I'm getting tired of here. They're like, excuse me, I am a minority, just like they are. No, please don't talk to me that mess, because I know when I'm not in the room, I'm a nigger to you. Okay, exactly. Okay, so Don't get me in that conversation. I'm not one of these coons who like Diamond and Silk. They gonna take my low paying job when I don't want a low paying job because my own grandparents and them had to work with actually my grandma, and on the other one had to do them low paying jobs growing up in the 40s and 50s before they had a legit job and clean white folks and be maids and stuff. That's the whole reason why I don't want to go back to segregation. Though Negroes come here and talk about segregation is good, please go back to Africa. Please go to the white part of the country that doesn't allow black folks and you be their maids and butlers and be treated less than human. Because during segregation, when they had our own businesses, they burned down Wall Street because segregation was to have nothing. Economic permanent default underclass. Okay? And anybody try to get me in that burden can call me a coon because they love being oppressed. I don't. Okay? So get tired of hearing that mess. Martin King did not die in vain. Burning house, yeah, that's his reaction, but he still didn't take back what he did. It's not misinterpreting his words. In my case, if you don't want to be integrated, like I said about the white supremacy, you're not pure black, but you say you're pure black, go to Africa. Don't want to go to Africa because Africa's going to tell you straight up, you're not 100% African. And if you are dark skinned, they're going to let you know culturally and everything else, you don't have the true African essence of being African. That tell like it is. And white folks will go to Europe because white Europeans who are pure white 9-10 ain't gonna set their doggone asses and they're gonna tell you, "Ski, you making us white people look bad." Yeah, there's white supremacy in Europe, but guess what? A lot of African American people found pleasure, rights. Ask Josephine Baker, baby. Ask the soldiers who fought in World War II who lived in Europe. And I know Europe, African American people who go to Europe all the time. They say it's way better than the United States. Okay? And yeah, there's parts of Europe, and it's different how they treat Africans from Africa in here. I mean, you know, we are one black. See, the difference between that is because we're Americanized. We also have white DNA in us. No matter how dark or light we are, and a lot of Europeans, not all, but I know Europeans when I meet, they say you do have white, and then we educate. Yeah, I read about that. Y'all do. Look, for example, Muhammad Ali. Back in the 70s, before I was born, I was born in 79, Muhammad Ali was against interracial mixing because he was brainwashed by Farrakhan and Nation Islam bullshit. So the cuss right here. When he got Parkinson's and all that stuff, he changed his life around. Did you know that since he has Irish great-grandfather who was not a slave master, who married a black woman of color who was free, he went to Ireland, and all these white people back in 2009, I think I was 30 years old. I turned 30, it was turned 30 a year, but I don't know if it was, I had to check the date of when it happened. When he went to, I think it's Ennis, Ireland. Yeah, when he went to Ireland, all these white people was loving this man. The same man that joined the Nation Islam and hated white people and hated race mixing, who was not looking like no Kodak Black, didn't look like Khalid Muhammad, who got killed by Nation Islam, who was dark skinned. He lied, and he even made fun of jokes of Joe Frazier by being dark skinned. Yes, he did. I have to admit that was wrong. Okay, when he went to white Europe in Ireland, all the white people was on his side. They ain't shot no one job to go back to the country Negro. They didn't say that. That's the mentality is different from here in the United States. That's why I'm so proud of being part European. Because I know the people above, the people who was raping and stuff, they didn't have that mentality. Those I'm proud of. Those who did the theater work individually, I'm not proud of. I say individually. I have Confederate soldiers in my family too. My fourth grandmother who was a white woman. And I said in my own, when I said this on my own video, I said I would never want to see they, you know what, say, hey, I'm trying not to cuss on Sunday, and, you know, but I wouldn't want to see their asses on stage either, even I'm related to them, okay, so, for real, I have, you know, so, y'all know my background, okay, so, point is, but let's get to the subject. So, a lot of Latinos, when they was accepted, because remember, this is understanding, you have, and everybody that this man also historically, the people who was Latino, who fought on the Confederate side, was former soldiers of the Texas side, who helped Sam Houston beat, not right, Mexico, not rightfully, because they joined Santa Ana. Supposed to know that. They was against Mexico. You had people of African American mixed and pure on the Texan side. And also you had people of African American pure, mixed, free, slave, who also on the Confederate side, along with Native Americans who part Native American white, are full-blown Native American. And the question is, I always ask the question, if the statues were not a racial issue, then why we don't see people of color? And the one Latino showed me a statue of this somewhere in Mississippi of slaves, of former black folks. I mean, former slaves who have any black or either way they were, because you never know how they make a image of it. They can be light skinned, look like a yellow bone, but they can lie to make them darker, or they can reverse. Okay, that's why I'm very picked on color and looks when it comes to our people, even when it comes to character. Okay, because he's giving a false image of who they are, not to whiten or darken. I get tired of people doing that mess. The truth of the matter is, I'm talking about the image. The truth of the matter is, we don't see statues like that all over. We don't see names of former Confederate soldiers who are of color. Okay, so if it wasn't a racial issue, why we don't see the black soldiers, the mulatto, Afro mestizo, Mexican or mestizo soldiers, or the Creole, mulatto, or triracial, or either the one who free or the Native American soldiers in the crew? Why we don't see their names? We hear Lee, we hear Jefferson, we hear Davis, and all the rest of those. We don't hear the other people. So that makes a lot. That makes a lot of sense. But let's get back to the subject. See, in public school, they don't teach that Mexican Americans were also killed. The difference, like the one Latino guy man told me at the professor at UTEP, University of Texas, pastor told me during Black History, told all of us. See, Walter White is why I'm not against folks who look like white people who got one of black blood, including Michael Jackson kids. Walter White, who looked like a white man who was part black, had to pass as white to find all the data for who was getting killed and who was getting lynched in the black community. That's how he got all of that and recorded and gave it to the FBI to get investigations of this mess that was going on back in the day. If he looked like Wesley Snipes, he could never got that done. So those who want to say that someone don't look like mixed kids cannot look white, shut the hell up. Okay? We need them people, okay? And they need us as a community. Because if we come out the plantation, I couldn't get nobody that look like Kodak Black to come past this white to get away from Massa. I had to get someone like Channing Tatum, who is part black. His dad is Creole, said on MTV. That's why he got that broad nose. Who look like a white man? Me and him had to come out the plantation. And if the Klan came after slavery. But anyway, the mentality of the Klan, the slave masters, slave catchers, and overseers trying to catch us, I had to act like a slave to this dude who like a white person, who's my brother, so we can get out the plane and go and roll in the river and wade in the water like we will cross the Rio Grande, Mississippi river to get to the north so we can be free. I couldn't get up out who looked like Kodak Black to come on the planet. Oh no, or look like Leslie Jones to pretend to be a doggone white mister. Man, come on, God, dog, shoes to get on my damn nerves. So that's why thank you. It's not white supremacy, Eurocentric, it's the truth. We had to be on each other's side. If we all come out the planet, I couldn't get nobody like Mariah Carey, dog, I'm ready to look at her real good and say you are not one of us. Okay, thank you. I did mention Mariah Carey, okay? I had to get someone who looked like a white person, who looked straight up white, who had one drop black blood, to pretend to be my master or mister, and go out the plantation and be free. That's why. So all y'all talking about somebody look like, I get tired. Y'all some ignorant, dumb people. Okay? That's why we all should come together individually of all the different shade, hair texture, and whatever in our community and stop with this mess who are like a dog, whatever. Yeah, we need to acknowledge that because we don't all look like they try to stereotype in that manner. But at the same time, while we recognize it, still come together as a people with unconditional love as a people. And if we can't come together with certain individuals, yank them individual our struggle and get the ones who are for our struggle to fight against the struggle that we're going through, fight against the burden I'm trying to say. Thank you. Get back to the subject. So you gotta understand, that's why I use the word Pocho. That's why the Latinos in Mexico call these Mexican Americans who live in the United States Pochos. No, not like Jesse C, like the Pocho he's bashing. Because them Pochos like Yanez, even the Peruvian who's Afro-Mestizo Zimmer, think that they have a card-carrying member of the white community. They just doing that work for them. See, the one thing in today's racism, the white folks are saying, who are racist, we don't have to use our own people to do our dirty work for us. We'll use people of color, that mean the thugs in the community who want to cause us niggas, okay, be they minstrel show, entertainment, and go after brothers and sisters who are not call themselves niggas, who do work, who try to do something presentable, do something that's working in our society, try to do to the community, while they selling the poison the true white man pours the illegal drugs in the community. They want to kill and intimidate. So anytime brother doesn't call you a coon for calling laws, they don't want who the coons. They don't what the white man want to do. And then they'll go attack Latinos. Okay, down in the South, besides those African Americans, get attacked by those who are gang members in the South California who are being the white man's Pocho niggas, okay? You got folks who being American niggas in the United States who are attacking Latinos. See, y'all doing exactly what they want to do. Yeah. And the reason why they're being slaves, because remember, during the Basetto days, the Basettos in the Texas and rest of the Southwest, that's why the Nuestra Familia get called ranchero in a derogatory, because those are former ranchers. You remember in Northern, they know how it is to feel slave. That's what actually they said was from Northern California, if I'm not mistaken. Well, they know how it is because white people pay them less or nothing to work them fields like a slave. So my point is to just say, I gotta let you agree with your video, and I'm glad you bashed them, but you know your history. A lot of the reason why, remember, the number one make a video bashing Diamond and Silk, because they keep bashing Kaepernick and the statues and everything else, and saying that they're responsible for slavery. Yes, back in the party shift. See, the Republican Party shift. It's not the same as the Republican Party when Lincoln was president. So get that straight. Now I understand that the Southwest was stolen from white people, not people of color, not African Americans. Some from white people stole it, white racist people in the United States, because they were trying to expand the slave states. Okay, that's why Sam Houston and his gang from the South came to Texas. That's why I'm not big on this. The immigrants taking my job bullshit. Let me tell you the reason why. Because I know my damn history. Because we had to be the wet blacks to cross the Rio Grande when they stole Texas due to slavery. The Alamo was about slavery. It was not about your black ass to be free with white people. So all y'all who talk about Mexicans should go back to Africa. It was not about your black ass having a job that was low paying. That's exactly what it was for, to keep you on a permanent underclass. The Alamo, Sam Houston did not care about your damn ass, y'all, of African American descent. Them white people and them statues did not care about your black ass, mixed or pure black ass, dark or light ass, I'm sorry to cuss on Sunday, about your damn ass being American. So that's why I'm not big on this illegal immigration situation, because them damn jobs do not pay no damn bills. Give me a high wage job, a high paying job, so I can live high class. Not trying to have some stupid imaginary time calling it good living in the ghetto. I hope that satisfied the argument right there. Anyway, so y'all like living underclass, like slaves, please don't come talk to me about black pride, because you don't have no black pride right there. The point is, so when people say the Mexicans need to go back to Mexico and all this other stuff, excuse me, we are in Mexico. It got stolen due to make your black ass be a slave. When they was trying to take California and the rest, before stupid, just like stupid George Lopez, stupid dog from Cat Williams, they were trying to make your black ass, your high yellow mixed with Native American and white black ass be a slave. When they're trying to say that's what's the point. So I wish y'all get y'all ideas straight. When they had the Mexican-American War and they stole themselves, they were trying to kick Mexicans out of the United States and make America so-called great again by making it white. I hope that you gotta get to understand the reason why that, for example, and the reason why I'm bringing this up, Pio Pico was the last Mexican governor of Mexico. Did you know he shared the same birthday as my grandmother? Okay, Cinco de Mayo, on my dad's side. He was Afro Mestizo Mexican, and you look at that curly hair, that high yellow complexion. Yes, you can tell he was the last Mexican governor. One of his grandma was mulatto, something like that. It said on the Mexican census, mulatto. Okay. Make a lot of sense. Besides Native American, okay, that means Afro Mestizo, 3 races, okay. And I know he run his grave when he see all that black and brown racism in Southern California. I'm sure Pio Pico is rolling his grave right now. And so the Afro Mexicans who co-founded along with the Native Mexicans and the Spaniards who co-founded, or mestizos, should I say, co-founded Los Angeles. See, folks, a lack of history. People suffer a lack of knowledge. And I know I'm cussing here, but for Hosea 4:6. So, a lot of Hispanic, in order to get some type of privilege card from them. And like I said before, since Trump president, and those who kiss are going to end up picking cotton strawberries together, and will not be no black and brown person arguing who on welfare, or who gets more high paying job, or who this and that, because y'all all be picking cotton strawberries together. I did say that. See, when they did, when doing Jim Crow, even they allowed Latinos to be recognized as white when it wasn't. You gotta understand, they had signs all over Texas said, no Negroes, no Mexicans, no dogs. This is why LULAC wanted to be on the white category. And LULAC and NAACP, the modern day version of it, has a lot of explaining to do. So a lot of y'all don't understand that. You understand? So, you are black in Spain and native, Jesse, so I have to defend that. Let me explain. The third race of Mexico is African. A lot of Afro-Mexicans married native people, Spaniard people, and mestizos. Even the second president, his mother was Afro-Mexican, and she was a slave, and her husband was mestizo. Vicente Guerrero was his birthday, and he said the same birthday of my girl Whitney Houston. Okay, I thought it was the 10th of August, because for some reason I don't know who keep changing on Wikipedia, because that's also his Flores who got killed last year in Houston's birthday. Okay, so we are all August Leos, because mine was too. That's why I said your birthday was my present. When you did that video, it was my birthday present. The truth of the matter is, 38 birthday, I'm a 79 baby. Point is, the truth of the matter is, a lot of people don't understand that this is the ignorance. This was the whites, Anglo-Saxon, Protestant education system that only teaches that and elevate it. It's read by African American people and Hispanic people have identity issues. We got something coming from amnesia of their own racial background, amnesia of their own history. See, black and when the slaves will cross the Rio Grande, a lot of Latino Mexican Americans will help the black folks cross the Rio Grande in order to be free. Also in the 1800s, Mexican women, it was known in the South Texas, in the valley where Vita Olivares is from. Cine cumbia, mira que la baila, me pecosita. Okay, sorry, go there. Where Selena lived and everybody else. A lot of Mexican American women married black men during the late 1800s. And I noticed that when I meet people from Corpus Christi in the Valley, I see a lot of African Americans who got Mexican background. See, also too, that's where a lot of the black Seminoles who crossed the Rio Grande, Bakersville, Texas, Eagle Pass, Texas, DeSoto, Texas, a lot of them live there. I know a dark-skinned brother who's not, he dark-skinned, but he also black, Mexican, and Seminole mix. Because a lot of Seminoles, black Seminole people who came from John Horse, Florida, who was in Cherokee, came to Oklahoma and left Oklahoma, went to Mexico, married Mexican people in Coahuila and also in Texas as well. And I never got told one of the Mexican dudes who was bashing my channel from the Texas. I said, do you have black Seminole mixture background besides Afro-Mexican? And he didn't say respond in. I guess I called off. Yeah, you know me, I'm going to tell it like it is. See, that's why I don't have issues with Mexico. And Mexico was the safe haven for us to leave Texas once it was stolen from Mexico. And that's why. But the Mexican Americans that y'all keep talking about, well, all Mexicans think they white. And all Mexicans is the Pocho minded. You need to look at people as individuals. Like we got coons. These are Pocho coons. These are machistas who want to be white men so bad, white women so bad. They want to be women, but when the white folks shit on their ass, the white racist people try to say, then they want to come together and all this other stuff. And so when you saying that video about the Latino man saying it, who the car salesman, the Pocho that was saying it, my friend Jesse see, you gotta understand, it will happen to him. As his car salesmanship goes down, white man next to him with white race man on 910, I'm predicting this, I'm going to be a psychic up here. I don't believe in psychics, but I play speak. I would not be shocked. A white Cosmo who car carrying member of the Ku Klux Klan is going to be friend him stabbing the back, and next thing, stop it with the alert emergency. I know it's a flood. God dog it, please. I wish the emergency people stop coming on my doggone channel. Point is, it's not more about the flood. I already know that's why I'm saying my butt at home. It's a river up here, and I'm not swimming unless it's a Rio Grande. When Trump and President of the river have race war, I was swimming in Rio Grande to go to Mexico. That's the one time I was in the river. But he said, wade in the water, children. God's gonna trouble the water. And yes, we had the way in God trouble that water when we were coming from the Rio Grande. That's why I'm being called a wet black, okay? Because I know my history. And if I was with John Horse in the Black Center, I'll be singing, wade in the water. The slave master trying to come, I said, wade in the water. I'm going to be free maker. God's going to trouble the water. Okay. Roll in the river like Tina Turner. Okay, let me stop. Y'all laughing. So anyway, I will. While y'all folks talking about, no, we only go to Mexico. Yeah, you keep on being slave master and master Houston and Austin and who else? And Fanny and Clay and all them and Connor, Master Connor, Dow and all them statues represent. They keep being slave and be whipped and complain about, but I'm going to get my ass out of here. My black and French, Spanish, Creole, English out of there making ass out of here. Ass out of here. And I'm going to send that Rio Grande. And y'all can, I'm going to be drinking my margarita, my Corona, they had Corona back there, but they had my cerveza and eat my tacos and dancing cool with some senorita while y'all sitting here still dealing with misery that you chose to cause. Thank you. I have a different mentality. You can tell that. But that's what I'm telling y'all. Because one thing about Fred Douglass, he hang with slaves who love being slaves. And if I was with Harry Tubman, I would say, sister, please don't waste time with these people. They love to be slaves. Let's go with those who don't want to be slaves. Let's get the hell up out of here. I ain't sitting here. Those ones. So when I think of these people who complain about America, it's a great country, and it is a great in some way. It's not always a great country. But I'm gonna tell you, like Diamond said, they love being slaves, and they afraid their slavemanship is gonna be taken away from us, another slave called the Latino immigrant. That's the truth. Because let me let you know, them people who work in these low-paying jobs don't get paid good. What makes them have a good paycheck and live good is they family network. If my brother and sister, we get along, okay, and we both working for a white person, low paying job, we put that money together, and that's how you get the money and get nice cars and a good family unit, okay? So in African American people who will make the claim, if I answer about those that Martin King was a coon, no, he was not. Martin King fought for your dumb ass to have freedom. Martin King fought for that, so you will not be bitching and moaning about a low-paying job. So in 1964, how old Gwen Williams? She won 64. She's 53 years old because she won 64. 53 years now, and you still bitching and moaning about a low-paying job. An immigrant gonna tell you something's wrong with your dumb ass. I'm sorry, because I'm not worried about, baby. I like the high wage. I like the lifestyle of luxury, okay? So I'm not trying to work at no damn dollar and trying to get a low-paying job to live good. I like high-class money. High-class money, high-class lifestyle. That's what my dream is. That's a nightmare living in the damn ghetto and being on food stamps. And I'm trying to get the fuck away from that bullshit. But when you're in a Republican state, it's hard to what I have to lose. Oh yeah, lose these damn people who don't want me to have that luxury. That's why they keep us there. Trump, shut up. Anyway, into the subject. So the point is, a lot of Mexican Americans who saying this do not have a sense of history, because the Latino man who's Mexican American, as you would tell them that they are wrong in their history. That yes, we are African in Spanish and Native American. That's what they would say, okay? Because he was saying this, so we were both related. He said yes, we are related, and it's sad that we, the people who fight in prisons of a prison war, they did not intend being slaves of the prison war. because the prison complex is why they target Latinos and African American men to, and also Native American men to be in the prison complex, aka slavery private prison owners. That's why they target music talking about gang banging, cholo thugging, not and being call yourself a nigga and all this other crap, and glamorize that type of culture to influence the youth who don't know nothing to be in that situation. See, I never understood in California, because I'm glad gentrification is happening. Let me explain why. See, people of color who live in the body in the hood, it's happening here in Texas as well, and all over the United States. They're not, when Martin Luther King, say Chavez, the Brown Berets and Black Panthers fought for our rights to have freedom. Instead of using that freedom to help the community, the people who fighting in gang wars, regardless what gang they belong to in the South of California, don't realize while you acting a fool and calling folks mayates, niggas, and wetbacks and spicks and go back to Mexico, back to Africa, you monkeys and chungos and all the other crap, white people laughing, who are racist, are laughing at your dumb ass. They saying, look at these damn wetbacks and niggas acting a fool because they're a bunch of savages. And we gonna make sure they fight and kill each other at the same time while they acting a damn fool. They populating the prison complex and committing a hate crime and can't point the hate crime at us. We're going to tax out there they rent, also they mortgage, and make sure they can't pay a damn thing, and we're gonna kick their asses out of the barrio in the ghetto, and we gonna come in so we can be close to work, so we don't have to be late for work. Remember, we got away from them communities. Well, remember, those barrios and guilds at one time were white people communities, and when minorities moved in, they moved out and outskirts of the city. That's what happened here in Houston. When they will end up being late for work, that's why they let the white folks be late for work, but your black and brown ass cannot be late for work. Call like it is, and they know that you don't have cars and good transportation, you have public transportation. The people who acting a fool in public transportation gonna make sure that you're gonna be late for work. That's why they want your ass out of a job. Soon as you go over there, they got tired being late for work because they trying to get away from these niggas and wetbacks away from this. They're saying, okay? They got tired being late because people of color who get to be work late were getting tired seeing promotion from Johnny and Becky getting those jobs, and they being late for all time. And I've been a time when Juan, Shaniqua, and Devontae and Juanita getting tired seeing that shit. They gonna complain and have EEOC lawsuit because of they see racial favoritism, which is discrimination. In order to debunk that argument, they gonna make sure Shaniqua and Devontae and Jose and Juanita don't ever complain again about moving in their community. And while they fighting each other about who is American and other, who's more indigenous than other, who's close to whiteness and other, and this and that, they are laughing at y'all dumb asses, and they gonna make sure them taxing them dollars, and they gonna end up being part of real estate because of the next booming business called real estate. That means if you're real estate, that's why them two white women, them racist thoughts were making fun, Mexican Americans, and then one of them was a sister, one of their sisters were in the car, and I made a video about, it was how you say that city, Kodati, whatever, California, y'all know what I'm talking about, I'm not from California. They were saying we make sure we get the Mexicans out of here, so when Trump won, they will get rid of Mexican, black folks, black American folks. They make sure y'all terrorize each other so y'all can fight each other, kill each other. Then while you stay in the communities and laughing at each other, fighting each other, they laughing at y'all dumb asses, and they taxing your rent, taxing your property taxes. You can't pay shit because you for all your time they put drugs in the community, fight each other over drugs, call each other niggas and wetbacks, and went into jail complex, can't get a damn job, went on welfare, find out who the person who on welfare, talking about you on welfare, got welfare their own damn self, and try to act like they don't have it, acting a damn ass fool, they laughing at your damn ass and say, guess what, we gonna kick your ass out of here, and we gonna make sure your tax dollars are so high, your black and brown ass can't pay for shit, and we gonna come in and make America great again by making sure that ghetto about your living you fight over that you don't own is ours again. That's why I'm for this, because it's telling black and brown people to wake your ass up and stop fighting each other. I know folks got offended when I said dark nigga, light nigga, Mexican nigga, Puerto Rican nigga, Jamaican and Haitian nigga, mestizo, I'm not black, I'm mestizo, still nigga. Because that's what y'all are when you act a fool. See, we're not niggas. You not nigga either. Let's be real. But when you buy into those stereotypes and thinking you're better than somebody and acting a fool and killing folks and stuff and acting a fool, you acting just like what the white racist man wants you, because to them, they see you as another version of a nigga. When they calling you a wetback, they call you a Spanish speaking nigga. That's what they calling you. When you out here saying that they should go back home, you being the token nigga that's trying to be just like them and saying I got black pride. No, you don't have no black pride, because you know damn well, if you know your history, the Southwest states was stolen for slavery. They were trying to expand that so they can have more money in that. That's why I don't have no problem celebrating Mexican culture in the Southwest. Because this was all stolen for white people to make me a slave. Okay? When you're saying Mexicans go back to Mexico after Mexican people and it's called them wetbacks and everything else, you being stupid. Because when they stole part of Mexico, see folks, the reason why they was doing it also too, because like Ice Cube said in one of his videos, the black folks were leaving the South and going Southwest to be free. There is a book I gotta read called Black California, because black folks were making money with Mexican people in California. It was Mexico. That's no joke. Remember, black folks have found wealth in Mexico, California, Mexican Southwest. When it was Mexican Southwest, black folks and Mexican folks got along, because guess what? We both was the same. Both black, white, and American descent. Both we saw each other as people, and it wasn't racism. One thing I love Judge Brown, and I don't know Evergreen, but he was on this show, and I'm subscribed to Be Real TV, whatever we all Be Real TV, whatever it's called, and he said the reason why there's the racism in LA County, in the LBPD. See, folks do not know, and they're doing this on Indeed. Go on Indeed.com and look for police. People are recruiting police departments in different cities, right? Why they can't recruit the people within their own city? See, back in the early 1940s, when they had the Zusu riots, they had the black and Latino and Asian Filipino people in Zusu riots. They was on each other's side. The LAPD was recruiting people from the South. Thank you, Judge Brown. They were recruiting people in Mississippi, Alabama, so white people who get like Mark Furman to get those positions so they can make it racist. That's why the police department is so corrupt. Why the KKK came to California? Why? Because the question was because the African American people, like some of my family, called my grandparents, my grandmother, my grandfather, who my dad's side, his siblings, his sister, and his two brothers, God rest their soul, they left Texas and went to California. See, a lot of back in the Jim Crow days, a lot of African Americans saw that integration was there. There was job opportunity, and also there was way to make money. And that's why in California, and the laws were more relaxed in California compared in Texas and the rest of the South. That's why me and us went to. That's why when I was a little kid, I said I'm going to California because it's integrated. Then I remember when I went to Northern California and go to Southern California. I went to Northern California, and I remember my real dark great uncle, who's the oldest on my grandfather's side, okay, on my dad's side, had a white neighbor, and I was shocked to see that his white neighbor, the white boy, because he was a boy at the time, and they were friends. And I was so shocked of seeing it in Sacramento, California, back in 1989 when I turned 10 years old there. It was shocked to see that. Because in California, due to the Mexican culture, due to the Catholicism there, you can be free. But I'm not a Protestant. But in Protestant South, race South, you know your place and you was defend the white supremacy. A lot of people don't understand that, and the reason I'm bringing this up, and I'm going to be long-winded in this, because there's a lot of history that needs to be told. A lot of Latinos and African Americans don't know their history, and that's why they're fighting each other. But while they're fighting each other, they're hurting themselves. Me fighting a Mexican dude ain't gonna stop racism. A Mexican dude fighting me, it's not gonna stop racism. Me blaming a Mexican man for something. Remember, yes, there are supremacists, Latino folks who are want to be white supremacists. It's also a lot of African Americans who are white supremacists too. Those who don't dress in African clothes like diamond and silk and don't claim to be African, and those who also dress in African clothes and act like they're my friend who actually was paid by the Klan to do that shit. See, folks, when I bashed Garvey, yes, he was a coon. He had a meeting with the Klan back in June 25th, 1922. H.L. Hunt, who was a billionaire in Texas, paid the Nation Islam. That white man had ties with the Ku Klux Klan and had ties to Kennedy's death in Texas. Yes. That's why I don't take Elijah Muhammad. Why would a man who for black freedom write a book about what you can and cannot do and who can you cannot marry? That's not freedom. Fighting for freedom, you fight for me to do whatever I want on my own prerogative, as Brian Brown say. Because if I'm supposed to be free, whatever I do is my business, and whatever I do should not be your business, because you should not be in my business trying to tell me how to live my business. That's freedom. Okay? So, when I'm hearing this mess about Mexicans hating black folks and black folks, it's stupid. Because we are part white and Native American besides black, and so are they. The degrees of mixtures make who we are. That's why we don't look alike. But at the same time, tracing our roots, our heritage is no different from each other, just different colonization and different nationalities of it. I think that the sad thing is that we have gotten so caught up in white supremacy, and we thought by kissing and licking the dick and licking the clit and licking the asshole of a white racist person is going to give us praise when it doesn't. As you're trying to get white people to fight Mexicans and vice versa, it doesn't help anything. I remember a dark-skinned man told me on the bus last year that he gonna vote for Trump because he tired of Mexicans. They don't speak Spanish, they speak English, and they think they better on the job. Real dog. I said, dude, guess what? You gonna be a slave. Because beginning of the time when they were trying to get the Southwest the part of the United States, it was to make California and the Southwest. Mexico, no longer Mexico, make it part of the Confederacy so they can extend their population of slavery. And he was upset the fact that black folks were leaving the plantation, not only going to the American communities, but going to Mexico to be free. That's why I love Mexico, the historical persona of it. Okay? That's why I love Mexico. I'm not being a coon. It's y'all being coons. I would rep a Mexican flag than a Confederate flag. Because I know my history. When they left Texas and slaves were leaving, even two slaves, Issue and Tom, who were slaves to Sam Houston, left him to go to Mexico. Y'all don't know y'all history. That's the whole reason why. And Mexicans are part black. Because the slaves, remember, the reason why Mexico was emancipated by Spain, because of the Las Castas. The white Spaniards who were born in Spain on top, the Criollos of white Spaniards who were born in Mexico secondary. Then you have the mestizos, mulattoes, lobos, and zombos, whatever you want to call these different mixed race categories, mixed race people. At the bottom was the natives and the Africans who are pure. And they saw how racist it was, and that's why they emancipate themselves from Spain and got rid of all the caste system documents because it showed who was black and who had black DNA in Mexico. That's why. The reason why it took to 2015 to put the Afro-Mexican category on there, and a lot of Mexicans, millions, wasn't a minority, millions of Mexicans were checking that category because many of them know their roots and they know they are part black. Even if they don't look black, they know they are part black and native and Spaniard. I think they should have an Afro-Mestizo category because that's more accurate. They're not ashamed. That's why I will fuck with a Mexican American, the Mexican immigrant, then fuck with one started saying cuss word, then who's Chicano, because Chicano, not all Chicanos, want to be white so bad, want to be like white men and defend white supremacy until this shit hits the fan. That's when they want to claim that they're a minority. That's why the girl I'm talking to, her mother is from Mexico. And she loved African music. She's Asian and Mexican. She loved African culture. She even referred to a white dude that was in Memorial City who's a cop back to 2013. She referred him as a nigga. She sure did. She wasn't there today, but she said, oh, fuck that nigga. She talking about the white man who mistreated me. That's why I love this girl. Anyway, point is, okay? She had no, when I talk about Africa, she said, really, for real, we got, yes. She know, and she, I mean, she love African music. They don't have this amnesia. That's the ones who came here in Texas in the rest of the Southwest who got classified as white, but when white folks let them know they wasn't white. Remember, when they had Mendez versus Westheimer, Sylvia Mendez, who her parents fought in that case, the Mexican couple, because her mother was from Puerto Rico and her dad was Mexican American. She said when she came to a white school, the white boy told her, you're not white, and she felt like, you know what I'm saying? And the funny part is, in that video that I saw, the Mexican Americans in the south of California said, we did not know that. If you go around calling folks mayate and think you part of the white supremacy and you did not know that, something wrong with your damn ass. That's why I'm not afraid to tell the truth. The truth will set you free, as the Bible says. Because we're both the same. Just look different because of degrees of mixture. We're both European and Native and African. We're not that different. It's so stupid that the LULAC and us, we got together to bash the multiracial category. And I bet you, if we did have the multiracial category back in 2000, year 2000 in the census, a lot of us were checking. We were a united community. As we're coming together, we, instead of acting a fool and saying that mayate and nigga and wetback and speaking everything, won't we come together in the black and brown? Because I'm glad Trump is making us doing that. Come together, squash that beef. Instead of selling coke and kush and ecstasy and meth in the community, poison our communities. We need to practice group economics amongst each other. Learn Spanish like I did. Folks, stop thinking, oh, we should learn Spanish. We should learn English. Then Mary Terrell, what's her name? Mary Terrell, she's a light-skinned woman in our Black History class. She learned 5 languages. Be like her. Stop trying to be the next Aunt Jemima, Sakata Aunt Jemima, acting a fool on World Star Hip Hop, acting hood rat bitch, and acting like thug, Stephen Fletcher. Start to learn different languages. Be like the Haitian Creole brother, mulatto Creole brother, who came from Haiti, who was part black and part white, went through New Orleans, almost became a slave, who learned Native American language, French and Spanish, who found Chi-Town, a.k.a. Chirac, a.k.a. Chi-Town, Chicago. Y'all don't know y'all history. Stop being the thug and being the nigga. Because when you call yourself a nigga, you make yourself be the nigga be on the plantation, a.k.a. private prison owner, because 13 men did not get rid of slavery. Unless of a criminal act. See, why you saying there's a faggot, he is that. You being a faggot with your pants sagging and looking like Hobo the clown, because Hobo came from minstrel shows. See, I'm glad that Tariq, she mentioned in Hidden Colors. See, when you the Hobo, you see at the in clown and circus and everything, the white race people took the hobo because they saw after slavery, the former slaves didn't have money, so they had tore up clothes, looking dirty, dingy. That's why back in the Jim Crow days, our great-grandparents, like my grandmother, grandmother, excuse me, who married the one who like a black Mexican. Okay, Grandma Tia, that was her name, Matilda. Grandma Tia was Big Daddy. The dark skin with straight hair. That's his mama. Okay, remember his dad like a black Mexican because his dad was Native American Choctaw and dad mama was black and English like a white woman. Okay, I know my history. As my grandma, my dad's side, my brown skin, mahogany complected grandma who's darker than me, not dark skin but darker than me, told us that Grandma told them we had no pickaninnies up in this house. The reason why she said because back in Jim Crow days, they would make fun of our people, leave the plantation with tore up clothes and live in poverty. That's why you can call me a coon when I dress good, okay? The time so you'll stop calling our people fashion niggas. So you ready to look like hobos? Because that's what the white folks did back in minstrel show days. And put black paint. That's why I'm not for calling someone who not dark skinned, okay? Put black paint on them in minstrel, making that coon face, having tore up clothes and doing certain white men. These two white men used to do that bullshit. That's why I'm for looking good, dressing good, lotioning my behind, not looking ashy, making my face look good, making myself look good, making sure my hair looks good, making my, from head to toe, making sure I look good, because that's not having a self-hate, that's called having pride. See, y'all don't know y'all damn history. I'm glad that my second great-grandmother said, we're not having no pickaninnies up in this house. Thank you, Grandma Till. I love you. Okay? Thank you. I prefer to look polished like GQ than look like Hobo the Clown that white folks made a minstrel out there and later on became accepted in circuses. Y'all called me gay and everything good. Y'all being gay in prison, being looking like a Hobo the Clown, looking pants sagging, nasty, looking like Pickety, and then go be someone's bitch in prison. Or making someone be, but y'all still committing homosexuality. I don't need to look like Stephen Fitch to be a man. Weak minded, but not physically strong, like Willie Lynch. Yeah, I know my history. That's why I mind being a pretty boy, being metrosexual. Because y'all want me to be looking like, when white folks come to my channel, don't forget, some white man called me gay. You want me to be why you think it don't hurt me, call me gay. And let me tell you the reason why. Because what you're saying is that in order for me to be who I am, in your perspective, I had to look like Hobo the Clown. I had to have tore up clothes and look nasty and dirty and looking unpresentable so you can call me a nigga and tell me to adjust to it. See, while you looking polished on GQ magazine, you get intimidated a brother looking polished, looking presentable, don't have insecurity issues of that, making sure they look distinguished, so you can't make that argument and that stereotype. So you want to call me gay. And brothers who do that, they love looking like being white men's niggas, looking like Hobo the Clown. Good. Be the white man's nigga while he fucking your ass in prison. Because that goes on as well. Okay? That's why I see why y'all love defending white people's right to look good and look where they want to wear. But when it comes to a brother looking good and when you get someone intimidated, that's why I'm for, on that level, us carrying guns to beat them coon ass. No, I wasn't talking about Cajun, I'm talking about these old folks of one drop of Negro blood. Okay? So point is, no, I'm for that because we need to fight amongst each other for our civil rights. No, and the civil white folks fight for each other, fight against each other too for civil rights, for freedom. We have to do the same thing with our own. See, unlike the black on black crime, it's these thugs out here doing the white man's racist job. These thugs out here selling dope and acting look like a Hobo Clown selling dope on the street corner and looking buffoonish. They the one being calling themselves niggas. They the one being the white man's niggas. They the one white being niggas. Looking and making mockery of who they are, making an insult to their own heritage. We not the coons when we don't call ourselves niggas. We not the coons when we look good and presentable. We not the coons. They the coons. They want to look like Hobo the Clown and call that being normal. Hold on, soldier. Sorry, y'all. Okay? But the point I'm trying to say is that that's the real reason why. See, if you don't know your history, you don't know where you're going. And that's why history is my favorite subject. And that's why I learned about this. So going back to the African Americans and the Latino situation. To JCC, your video was great. I'm sorry to go out of the subject. Video was great, and I'm glad you put them on video. But yes, there were Mexican Americans who were lynched. Okay? This that they have a true document. Go on YouTube, you see a bunch of Mexican Americans being lynched. The Bacetos were getting killed and murdered. Many of the Texas Rangers were part of the Ku Klux Klan. And that's why when Brian Encino, when y'all call him a white man, Brian Encino is not a white man who mistreated Sarah Blend. Brian is a light-skinned Latino with Afro-Mestizo DNA, want to be like a white man, and that's why them folks stabbed in the back when he mistreated Sandra Bland. See, as folks were bashing Sandra Bland, the white folks was laughing at these Pocho who defended Brian Encino because he don't know his history. See, back in the day, his grandma was a Sandra Bland. His grandfather was Sandra Bland. And when they was on Bracero farms and had their own farms, and white people who were Texas soldiers came in and destroyed them farms so they would not have like they did Black Wall Street. See, what happened is the Pocho-minded folks in Texas got fucked in the ass by white supremacy. That's why they don't give a damn, because as long as they're getting fucked in the ass and getting pleasure out of it, it doesn't hurt them when it does. They will admit their own victimhood. That's why. Sorry to cuss here, but the truth hurts. And I'm glad that you wrote the video, but the truth of the matter is, Mexican Americans are part black and Spanish native. Mexican Americans did get lynched by the Texas Rangers, aka the Klan, and also he's away by the border patrol. I'm glad I failed my tests when I was trying to get a job. And no, I wasn't trying to get Mexican Americans in trouble, Mexican people who are for not American descent in trouble. I was trying to get a job, but if I found some dysfunction in the, like I said, any police force, I'll be out there to snitch on the bad person who's involved, because I'm representing good. Then let's represent good. Like, so they come correct when you represent good, defend good, and correct people. Not come correct. Not come corrupt to use correction, which is the stupidest thing. People understand. If you be a good authority, come correct. Don't come be a bad authority. That's my point. Also, I want to say this too. So Jesse, shout out to your video, but just next time you do video, backtrack the history, because this shows a lack of knowledge. See, because the reason why that Mexican American man was saying that, he don't know his history well. He don't know about it unless he pretend to be dumb on social media, because they didn't put statues of the Mexican Americans who fought on the Confederate side, or the black folks, or the mixed race black folks, or the native or part native whatever who fought on the Confederate side. They put white statues. Okay, the few like the Mexican American woman was trying to show me a black soldier. I never seen them folks. In Mississippi, they make sure it's only one location or a few locations, but not the whole rest of the South. That lets you know who it is. They want to represent. Okay, that's all I have to say. Okay, and so thank you for showing it on my birthday and making that video. But just understand, you are part of African descent. There were people raping during colonial Spain, Nueva España, Mexico today. They were beating and raping Native and black women too. Okay? Yes, there were interracial marriages. Yes, the Catholic Church allowed interracial marriages between Spaniards and blacks and natives and all the other stuff to happen. And the reason why, like this Mexican American woman said in Mexico, they said in Total Hurricane Extreme, the reason why the Spaniards were so open to race mixing in a non-raping situation, because they already had race mixing when it came to the Moors, who were African in Arabian descent. So they were used to that. Remember, these are Anglos in America who were not used to that. Okay, that's remember, that's why even in Spain, in Italy, the Europeans of North call them folks black, because the Hannibal in Italy mixing with Italians. Okay, yes, okay, that's why Italians are part black too. Yes, y'all are. Okay, that's why you can't call me a nigga if an Italian person called me. I'm mentioned by Hannibal, and if folks came from Sicily, that's why you're darker. Okay, that's why you're darker. Not because of Mauritanian, yet the mutilization of because the mixture of Hannibal enslaving there. See, one thing was black folks was enslaving white folks. The difference between black folks and Hannibal, when you go to Italy, you don't see Wesley Snipes looking statues, Wesley Snipes looking money, Wesley Snipes looking folks. Okay, unlike here in the United States, this is the American land, right? We don't see sitting bull money, dollar bills, okay, and quarters and dimes are sitting bull, okay? Come on now, all right? They even trying to debunk the argument having William Mankiller, who was Cherokee, or either having Rosa Parks or Harry Tubman on dollar bill, or you know what I'm saying. So that's thank you. Okay, so it should not have debated if it wasn't a racist country, right? Makes a lot of sense. You don't see no Indian corn, the American corns here in the United States. I can't use the American money that my great grandfather had, that my great grandmother's brother got rid of after he died back in '68. Yes, but to our business, that's why I know I'm mixing the American. When my great grandfather, when he, who was dark skinned with straight hair and exotic features, facial features, had my great grandfather, my grandmother, my paternal grandmother's dad, my dad's great maternal grandfather had died in '68. He had Native American money and stuff. He didn't have a will, so it was 9 girls, but one of them died, so that means it was 8 daughters he had at the time. My grandma's the last one living. And what happened is, when he died, my great uncle, my big mama's brother, and him never got along. Okay, they never got along. So when she almost died when she died in '88, and on December 8th on the Immaculate Conception Day, I wasn't counted then. When she died on the 8th of December, she told my grandmother and the sisters, because there were no brothers, that big Uncle Buster, we called him, had forced her to pawn stuff that Big Daddy was trying to give them. There was Native American money. So people get fucking upset when people say you're not Native American. There was stuff, Native American artifacts that happened that was in his family on his dad's side. He was gonna give to his daughters when he died, but he didn't write a will. So one thing, Uncle Buster was very intimidating towards my great grandmother, Big Mama. Big Mama revealed that they were supposed to give the money. And remember, both Uncle Buster and her died in '88. Okay, my great grandmother and my great uncle both died in '88. In the spring of '88, Uncle Buster died, and that's one thing that my grandmother did not like Uncle Buster. Okay, and tell her business, she didn't. And she used to make the joke that when they died, since Big Daddy, they're fighting at the grave. For real, okay? And Uncle Buster had, since he liked his brother-in-law, my great-grandfather, Big Daddy, he had forced Big Mama to sell all this stuff that he was getting, including the American money, as I say, Indian money, okay? That came from his side of the family. And whenever time I heard that story, I would get very upset. Because when the white kids in Negro-minded blood, one drop black blood, coon folks in Pochos would tell me I wasn't part of the American. When she told me that, they said show and tell. I always wanted to go to show that because there was proof. Since they had the one drop rule, since they had the one drop rule, and they had the blood quantum and about the $5 Indian thing from the Hidden Colors thing, it hurt my heart. Because that's why I can't sit here. Those are goons. When you defend a white supremacist rule to keep us in slavery and take away our identity because they want to use our black DNA as a tool for racism, then you are the coon. You can't put that finger at me. You're the one who don't like yourself. When I heard that story, and I remember I have a loud voice, and I always make the argument that I get it from my grandmother, because my grandma, I was actually overhearing her conversation. I wasn't trying to, she should hear it, but she has a loud voice too. She sings the piano, she plays the piano, she sings in church. And my voice is naturally loud because hanging with a loud person. I'm not making an excuse. If you hear my grandma, she get mad, it's gonna hurt. When baby died, that was when my great aunts who told me to speak Spanish. My great aunts told me in December of '93 to speak Spanish and take the Spanish class. When she died, the whole community heard. 2 of her neighbors came out because house screamed. Okay, remember my great aunt, my grandmother screams loud. She talks like this. One thing I like nobody yelling at me because of that. When I heard her conversation tell her friends that Big Daddy stuff was sold in '88, back in '80, she heard about this. Uncle Buster made her, because it was 68 and '88. That mean, dang, That was 30 years ago. They were 30 years apart. Okay. No, not 30 years. 20 years. Yeah, 20 years. Yeah, because 68 and 88, that's 20 years. Okay. When he died, then 20 years later, Big Mama died and Big Uncle Buster died. Makes it a numerology, okay? The truth of the matter is, there was Native American money, okay, that Big Daddy had from his grandfather. And when I heard that, I got so mad at Big Uncle Buster doing that because they never got along. And Big Mama was scared of Uncle Buster. Uncle Buster used to beat on his girlfriends too, not to his business. I remember my great aunt, who's the oldest one, the one who when I told you about George Lopez and she like Mexicans and stuff. Okay, well, she told me, and he had Mexican girlfriends and high yellow girlfriends who Creole whatever. But I heard from either her or my grandmother he used to beat up on one of those girls. So he used to beat up on, try to intimidate Big Mama. Okay, Big Mama was so timid. Okay, and one thing that's why my grandmother liked being timid, she saw more strong will from her big daddy, her daddy, and timid from her mother. That's why it explains a lot from that. Okay, and why that, you know, by her telling me to go visit my mama. I remember my grandfather used to tell me, your grandma to go visit your mama. Okay, boom. I got along with Big Mama more than I got along with her own daughter. Okay, no, that's why I cried at the funeral when she died. I cried when my grandma, because she stopped crying and got mad at me. No, I'm sorry. No, your own mama was more respectful towards me than you. You know, I'm sorry. And anyone who talks to me any kind of way, ain't no love in it. You want to talk about the Bible, go to the 13th chapter of 1 Corinthians, okay? Please. I wish you tired of people distort the Bible for their own personal racism, personal abuse, okay? For pleasure, okay? Gratification. When I heard about that, I got so mad because as many times I wanted to show proof. That was the only proof of my Native American roots. Because when my dad told me that, I took it for granted. Big Daddy had money that was given to his daughters. It was 8 girls because my grandmother's sister got killed in a car accident back in the 30s when she was a little girl. And when I heard it, I got so fucking mad. And every time I mentioned to people, I said, I'm not bullshitting about my Native American mixture, because there was stuff that he got that was from my third great grandfather that was given to from his father, I mean his son, which is my second, which is my grandmother's grandfather, who like a black Mexican, to my great grandfather, who was dark skinned with straight hair, to her son, my dad, to me. So that's the reason why I get fucking mad when I hear about these old DNA fucking stupid DNA tests that he distort, that doesn't give all data, and I take it very for granted. Because many of us, because doing hidden colors, I'm glad, Tariq, I need to subscribe to your channel. The $5 ending was when the Trail Tears, along with the black Seminoles who went to Mexico, when the black folks who married Native American people, who were owned by Native American people, who were this and that as well, went across the Trail Tears, they was supposed to get money. The Native American money was supposed to go to them as well. The white races of the Darl Rose Commission, all them didn't want that to happen. So what they did was they would go get white people who were not mixed with Native American at all and pay them $5 so we would not get shit. And then Native American, I'm glad I brought that up because that was part of my culture. In this day, I get that's why one time Native American man who was part Springer and Native American, he was Apache Cherokee. Stupid old fat nasty ass bitch gonna tell me I wasn't Native American, and he's threatening to fight, say he's ready to stab. I said, go ahead and try to stab. I call I told him straight up in 2013 on the bus A2 LA, and I said, if you do, I said, you lucky I don't have a pistol, because I'll shoot your motherfucking ass in this damn bus. I did say that. When he called me the N-word before that, because we knew each other in the past, at the Church Chicken on Harrisburg and Lockwood, I was gonna get my mace and put some water on his dumb own ass because he had a cane and knock his ass up and beat him up when he couldn't see. I was. You ain't had no, you know what I'm saying? And I was gonna get 910, get a gat. And if you ever see him again, put that knife on me and see what's gonna happen. I'll shoot your motherfucking ass right here. Cause I ain't gonna use no bow and arrow, no damn spear to fight your damn ass. Because that was the mixture I was told. And it was no joke. And I'm telling this story why I tell secret stories to defend my argument. I don't like to tell all the business. I'm not trying to be a messy person. Because people try to make doubts and they don't know what the hell they talking about. Big Daddy's money was supposed to go to my grandmother, my other great aunts, their children, and us, the grandchildren, so we can give it to my children, my great grandchildren. That's why I announced that we're Native American. And to people call me a coon, self-hater, you just self-hating your mixed heritage so you can defend your white massa. Cause while we had one dry black bud, what the fuck we got from that shit? Nothing. One drop rule had never helped our damn ass. No matter how light or dark we are. And Garvey was a coon to try to stone block our damn fucking freedom. I'm about fighting for freedom. I'm not fighting to be oppressed and whine about it like me and y'all bitch asses do. And going back to the video, I'm bashing both people of African American who defend those damn statues. Because first of all, those damn statues who want the one drop rule, want you to be on your place while they stole part of Mexico. That's why I defend Jesse C. We're both the same damn people when it comes to our damn mixtures. And that's why I got fucking mad with the NAACP. Fucking mad when it got to LULAC and Casa Raza and Urban League and all them other damn so-called minority civil rights groups who bash our multiracial category because that was for us. See, we already been mixed already. This interracial going trend ain't no damn fucking new trend. It already happened. It's in our DNA. When we walk, all y'all talk about self-hater. If a person admit a mixture in their background and it's true, it's no damn self-hate. It's y'all who deny it. Have damn self-hatred. Okay? And I'm not, and call me crazy, because I speak the damn truth. I'm not sitting here lying for some dumb ass, crazy ass people who control the country. And so that's all I have to say. But the truth of the matter is, yes, Big Daddy had money back in '68 to give, because he wanted to give to daughters while they were alive. So when he died, he wanted to give to his daughters and his grandchildren, great-grandchildren as they got older. And that's why I'm letting folks know that, yes, we had Native American heritage in us. And that was proof of that. Because his grandfather was gave it to his father to him. That was part of our history. Okay? That's all I'm saying.